Welcome. This is Filippo's again with another What's Happening episode. I decided that's the name of the series. And we're looking at a BTC dominance chart. And, pretty much more of the same stuff. So BTC went up in dominance terms. So everything else is kind of flat. Well, most things, Solana's up. ETH is still having a hard time, but we stay patient. So, why am I making this video? Well, I want to kind of search for divergences and see if it's actually something that actually makes sense. So, let's see. There's a divergence here. I'm looking basically before there are big drawdowns. So right here and here, that's a bearish divergence, and you have this crash in dominance. And why I look on the dominance chart for Bitcoin is because when there's a Bitcoin dump, like a dominance dump, that kind of marks the beginning of alt season is the idea. So as Bitcoin dumps goes down, everything else gets all the liquidity. Well, not the liquidity, it's all that the flows basically go into all these other altcoins and everything. So basically, like, if this is your little funnel, Bitcoin's at the top, dominance cracks, everything on the bottom going all the way down starts having alt season. So I'm in it for alt season. Yes, that's my wallet, almost back up to $700. I know, exciting stuff. You're like, why are you listening to this person at $700? Well, some people have more than one wallet. What am I seeing right now? I see that there is a divergence kind of coming. Highs. Again, I think this is kind of that little fuckery zone where things kind of flip around just because of the bounces here, the kind of price action here, another candle here, some rejections, some bounces, some retests, all around this kind of zone. The range is probably more of a rectangle, but whatever. It's around 62.4%. I didn't watch the Benjamin Cohen video, but I think that's also what he said. Or maybe I'm just pretexting him, and that is actually what's going on. And I think I'm doing my own TA. That happens sometimes too. But, let's see. So Bitcoin's almost, where did we hit the high? 93.42. So on its way to 98. Just as kind of planned. Nothing super crazy or exciting going on right there, unless you're in Bitcoin. ETH, I think I have my log chart. I didn't have the right settings on before. So when you do the fibs, you actually scroll to the bottom and go fib levels based on log scale. I use a log chart, so I figured that has to be on. But for ETH, we kind of, hit that line almost directly. Let's actually go to a cleaner chart. I have my little zero len leverage buy. Of course, I bought literally almost the exact top of the range, but whatever. If it's all going up, I'm just willing to hold, and I don't take out so much leverage that I plan to get liquidated or can't cover it unless it's too slow and chain slows down, things like that. But that is one of my strategies. Smaller amounts of leverage, but a little bit of leverage I don't think is horrible once you don't get carried away with things. And it's very easy to get carried away with things, so people avoid it altogether. But if you have, in my opinion, some form of patience and you're kind of cool and collected, I can't think of the word right now. I think that small 10, 15, 20% leverage isn't horrible, like, depending what you're doing. Again, I don't trade, so not really my scope to try and pretend like I do. I've tried it before and I'm not great at it, so ETH going back up. Ideally, we'll play around 3,400, and then we'll break through this major resistance right here, and then you'll see a move up to 5K. Still the same targets. I've been reading some stuff on Twitter, or not so much Twitter. I don't really read Twitter. I aggregate Twitter. I've been reading or I've been listening to podcasts, and people are basically just really bullish and they're really excited about everything, right? So, yeah, that's the update for this week. Nothing too crazy. Just looking at dominance. Don't really care about the ratio. Oh, we've moved below the fuckery zone, which is not what I expected, but hey, we're here. As long as Bitcoin's going up, we're going to keep going down the fuckery zone. Pretty accurate so far. This needs to be deleted because that's clearly I'm incorrect. Good amount of cope. Holding it is kind of tough right now for a lot of people, but whatever, persevere. I think there's a lot of upside to be had. It's just about the patience. I can only repeat myself so many times in one video. Yeah. Memes are popping off. I don't really buy memes. It's probably smart if you do-ish, maybe, if you can sell them. Like, a lot of them are liquid. There's a lot of attention around them right now, and that's the narrative. But, like, I'm not good at chasing around narratives. I'll get in too late and just lose money. So, that's just what I'm doing. If I was to buy memes, the only memes I was going to buy were Pepe and Doge. And I don't even know if I can easily get Doge anymore, just based on where I live, not having access to it. But, yeah, I think that these will keep running up, doing really well. It'd be great to see Pepe. That is my washing machine. It'd be great to see Pepe in the top 10. Why? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe because the website's awesome. If you haven't been there, you should check it out. This is not the same website that I saw before. The other one you could play like Grand Theft Auto and stuff. Cool. Yeah. I know the channel's called Leftcurv, so it's like, why don't you dabble in memes? Just because, like, I don't have enough time to figure out I'm not good at that shit. Basically is all it is. I'm not good at finding my way. I'm getting better at kind of seeing the narratives play out and the rotations and the shills and stuff like that, and maybe riding that up. But again, not really trying to trade. I'm just trying to buy and hold long-term projects that I see from subscribe newsletters, and then learning about them and saying, yeah, and ones that have been performing well this entire cycle. So, like me, it's kind of Pendle. And then we'll see how that position does. And it's done good so far, and I'm happy with it, so I'll just continue to hold that. And then basically time my sells with my range here, where based off the historic kind of timelines and data that I have on these other charts, right? Like, that's how I set up most of the stuff for this cycle. And if it surpasses that, great. We'll probably keep a certain portion of it, and then maybe just hold on to it to see kind of how the market goes. But, like, yeah, I plan to kind of take profits after a certain amount of time, just watching the market and just kind of feel my gut and not get too euphoric. But it's good to see the breakout happen, and yeah, it'll be nice to continue seeing more breakouts happen. Like, Sol's almost at all-time high, which is kind of nuts, based on the whole FTX crash and everything happening, and people that bought at 8, like, they're doing great, so that's awesome. Don't got too much else to say. I didn't really plan this shit that well. Stay humble, stay happy. I don't really have some kind of weird quotes at the end. This series is so far probably the least viewed. The AI stuff's doing alright. And maybe I'll make some other videos about AI crypto stuff. I don't know. Stuff I'm interested in. But yeah, take it easy. Take care of yourselves. Get some sun. Eat your vitamins. Try and be happy as much as you possibly can. Keep level-headed. And I wish you all good luck in this oncoming bull market that has, in my opinion, been going on since, whenever Bitcoin and ETH kind of bottomed the last cycle. So November 22nd. There you go. Okay, talk to you next time. Peace.